Before we wrap up, some just reactions from this weekend. It was kind of a wild weekend. First off, let's talk about Geo's second favorite team, the Indiana Hoosiers, getting kind of blasted by Arizona. Geo, your takeaway, my man.
Listen, they're soft. I think that's the biggest thing right now. They got killed on the glass. They got killed on the glass against Rutgers, which is what I said in the preseason show, that nobody is going to get punked by Indiana. But honestly, though, with Hood-Schifino out, like, that really hurts them. They are missing that playmaker. Now that he is out, it is basically the same team as last year, right? Where they don't have any shooters, they don't have any playmaking from the wing. But they're soft, and that needs to change, right? And I think it will change. They have the experience this year. They have the guys who have been through the battles. So, but at the end of the day, you need to look in the mirror and realize that you're not as tough as you should be.
Would you say, Kevin, is it fair to say Indiana got a little overconfident from that UNC win?
Yeah, I think so. Because they faced another team that wasn't ready to be physical with them, right? Like, Carolina has fallen in love with jump shot. And I thought you saw that at Assembly Hall. I think also this is a very different Indiana team at home versus away from home right now. I think their crowd has just been such a factor, and I think will help them in conference play. But I think they need to find a way to bring the fight to opposing teams. And I just thought Arizona did that to them. Arizona's a great team, right? They won Maui, but this is the one random loss on the road at Utah, tough road environment, high altitude, et cetera. Like, they've been really good. So it's not an alarm bells loss for me. It's more the fact that you give up 16 offensive rebounds and you give up 89 points. Like, you're going to have to be able to get stops in this league, compete for a Big Ten championship, and they just couldn't get stops against Arizona.
I think too, what hurts Indiana is the preseason expectations that everyone had. Like by no means is Indiana a bad basketball team. Like, they are still a top half team in the Big Ten, but if we're saying that they're going to win the Big Ten, like, that's where I think I would start pumping the brakes a little bit.
What's it like to feel right, Geo? Like, at this point, I mean, you got some hate on Twitter from the Indiana folk, and you mean you've been like very, you've been cool about it, but like, do you feel kind of good for your prediction, kind of being on par?
I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling
You're
all
very
right.
humble.
It's all love at the end of the day. Just like a little trash talk. Don't want to say too much, but we'll see though, because Rutgers still has to go to Indiana as well, and that's a really hostile environment. So don't want to toot my horn a little too much, but if Rutgers wins that one, then you'll see me all over social media. It'll be bad. It'll be really bad.
We need to make sure that Geo Baker's on Field 68 that night, if that happens. He has to make like a special cameo. We can't like schedule it in case they do lose, but if Rutgers wins that game at Assembly Hall, like, it's just got to be.
This is my thing, right? As a competitor, like, when Rutgers first joined the Big Ten, like, Indiana was the one, their fan base was the ones hating the absolute most.
Sure.
Like, calling out Rutgers. They weren't calling us by our name. They were saying Rutger, like, all these different things. And it's like, you guys haven't been good in a century. Like, it's been a really long time. And, just got to let them know, like, you guys aren't that same team anymore.
Gotta let him know. Okay. And there it is. So we're going to be circling Rutgers, Indiana on our calendars. Do you know when that game ends? I can pull it up right now.
It might be in February. I could be wrong though.
Indiana.
Tuesday, February 7th. Mark your calendars, folks. It's going to be appointment viewing on Field
rematch. The rematch is happening.